What's up guys, Caleb here, and today I'm going to be showing you my entire LEGO architecture collection. We're going to be going over, real fast, each of these sets, and which one is pretty much the best value, or which one's my favorite, and pretty much just taking a look at my whole LEGO architecture collection. So I've been collecting LEGOs for a long time. I pretty much got the San Francisco set about 2 years ago, or a little less than 2 years ago. I bought myself the LEGO Statue of Liberty on my 13th birthday with my birthday money. So that was about 15 months ago. And the White House I bought with my Christmas money, so that's just 4 or 5 months ago. So really, this is the oldest, and this is the newest set. The White House being an actual 2020 set, and the Statue of Liberty and the San Francisco being like 2017 or 2018 sets. I want to assume these two are retiring rather soon. So if you want to pick these two up, I would pick these two up rather soon. The White House is a new 2021, so it should be sticking around for another year or two. But I wouldn't be surprised if these two are retiring sometime in the next 6 months or a year, so I'll just warn you there. But anyhow, let's take a quick look at each of these sets, and then we'll come back and discuss values and which one's the best value, which one's my favorite, and all that jazz. Anyhow, taking a quick look at San Francisco, it does look very, very nice, very clean, sharp, very nice edges, and very, very well rounded off. Definitely the cheapest architecture set. Well, definitely one of the cheaper ones. Only $40 for this bad boy, which is a really, really good deal, especially when you compare it to the two other architecture sets I have in hand, which are a bit more expensive. So, off the bat, if you're building on a budget, this is probably the way to go, because this is definitely one of the cheaper ones, especially with these Skyline sets. They tend to be within $40 and $60. So if you're, like me, where you don't have a job or anything and you're just looking for a good set to build, these are probably your best value. Definitely, they're not skimping you out on the quality here. Like, this is a very, very quality set. Got a lot of printing going on. No stickers at all. Love the water. Love the whole, bridge and everything. Got the little city with the cars running on the streets. Of course, have the San Francisco print there. Like, all the architecture sets have this beautiful print of what they are, which is really cool, and really just has a lot of detail. Got the three main buildings there, and it's instantly recognizable as San Francisco, I would say, especially with this Golden Gate Bridge. So overall, this is a very, very good set, and definitely one that's good if you're building on a budget. Moving on to the White House, this looks very, very good. This set costs exactly $100, and as I mentioned, is a 2021 set, but I would say definitely if you have the extra money, go for this over the Skyline, because this honestly looks absolutely spectacular. I will say, if you're looking for a fun building experience, go with the San Francisco, because this was honestly a very repetitive and honestly sort of boring build. It looks very nice once you're done. Just know that with a lot of these architecture sets, it's going to be pretty boring, dull builds. You'd probably, if you enjoy the building experience, would be better off with some sort of Star Wars or modular building set instead of these architecture sets, because the builds tend to be pretty repetitive, but it does look very, very nice and clean once it's finished. Of course, we can even pop off the sides to have the White House by itself, which is a really, really cool detail, especially if you didn't have a lot of space, you could do that. But it's got the sidewalks, got the cherry blossom trees, got a bunch of windows on here, even got the little American flag up top, and of course got the White House thing down here, little fountain, once again these little trees, a lot of windows, sidewalks, and very, very good looking. Also takes up an absolute ton of space. Like, this thing is a beast. It's not that tall at all, but it's very, very wide, so just know that going into this, that this is a big boy, and you definitely want to make sure that you have the space for this before you actually get it, because I was surprised at how big it was. But that's the White House, really, really good set. And here's the Statue of Liberty, and it's definitely tall enough that I won't really be able to review it on this white stand, so I think we'll have to take it off and just take a look at it without this white background. Moved off my white background here just to take a look at the Statue of Liberty in some really nice lighting we have by my window here, and it definitely looks really, really good. It's very, very tall. I think it's about 18 inches tall. Have the Statue of Liberty print down there. Have really a lot of detail. I will say this was definitely the most boring build, especially the stand, because you have to build the same thing on 4 sides. So the build was fairly dull. I mean, the statue wasn't, obviously, but the building of the stand was very, very, very dull. So make sure you know that before going into this, that this is a boring build. It's almost got 100 of these tan studs. But it's for a good cause, because the finished result looks absolutely stunning. Most likely like, it's probably the best looking once you finish it. It's just huge, dominates. It's the first thing that you see in the room. It stands out as its own thing with extremely high height, like very, very tall, and very, very nice looking once you're done. I gotta say that this looks absolutely spectacular. Once you finish it and have it in person, it looks very, very good. So there you have it, guys. That is my entire LEGO architecture collection. Only 3 sets, fairly small. If I was getting another architecture set, right now the ones I'm looking at are the Empire State Building. My main problem with that is that looks like an extremely repetitive build with almost 200 of those great pieces. So I'm not sure I'd like the build of that, but that does look really cool. I also really like the New York skyline. I think that looks very nice. I think it'd go well next to the Statue of Liberty, so I'm kind of thinking about those too. But we'll see. It's not for sure anything. So these are my 3 architecture sets I own. If we're talking about the best value, go for San Francisco. This is honestly a very, very cheap one, but they're definitely not skimping you out, and it's got an incredible, incredible build. Very, very nice value. Pretty fun build, and definitely looks very nice on display. Very long, might actually be bigger than you're expecting, and that's probably the best valued set here. If we're talking my favorite set, it's either between the Statue of Liberty and the White House, and I honestly cannot pick between these. Both of these builds were boring, as I said, especially the Statue of Liberty being very tedious around the stand, but both of these builds, once you finish them, they look absolutely spectacular. This is pretty much tall and skinny, this is short and fat. I mean, this takes up a lot of room. This is more just going up, this is more just going out. At the end of the day, I honestly can't pick which one of those 2 sets is better. They're both absolutely incredible sets in my opinion, and I would highly recommend either of them, especially me living in Maryland and living an hour away from the White House. It's especially cool to have this. Maybe if you live in New York or something, you could actually represent with this a little bit more than I do. Oh my gosh, what was that? But yeah, there you have it. That is my entire LEGO architecture collection. The Seabrook Productions sign off for now. Make sure to like and subscribe, and stay tuned because I have some pretty epic videos coming soon. Especially that new vlog. It's going to be really, really cool. So I'll see you guys later. Peace out.